Can you explain the difference between a risk and an issue in under 10 seconds? Because PMI can, and they're going to test you on it on the PMI RMP exam. So here's the 10-second version that you need to know. A risk is uncertainty. An issue already happened. But if you think that's all there is to it, you're about to have a very hard time on the PMP or the PMI RMP exam. You're also going to mismanage your projects and confuse the heck out of your stakeholders. So today, we're breaking down risk versus issue, the distinction that separates average project managers from elite project risk leaders. This concept on risk versus issue tends to destroy people. On exams and meetings and status reports, I know personally, I have this conversation with a lot of other PMs because they like to say, we have an issue here, but we don't have an issue. We have a risk. Or they talk about risk, and I'm like, this is an issue. It's already happened. So we need to be technical about this, and we need to know the technical area around it. When it comes to risk is uncertainty, something that might happen. An issue has already happened. It's real. It's now. Risk is probability. Issues are reality. But here's the deeper difference that most people tend to miss. A risk influences your planning. An issue is going to influence your response. And if you confuse the two, you're going to make one of two fatal mistakes on your project. Number one is you're going to treat issues like risks. And I've seen this 1,000 times. Something goes wrong on the project, a vendor misses a deadline, the budget gets cut, a resource quits, and the PM says, we're going to monitor this. Monitor? No, it's already happened. You don't monitor it. You need to respond. You need to solve this. You need to escalate it. You need to mitigate the damage. You don't want to put it on your watch list and hope it gets better. And then mistake number two is treating risks like issues. This is the opposite problem. A PM identifies something that might go wrong, and they immediately escalate the leadership. We have a major problem, but the vendor only could miss the deadline. Leadership looks at them and says, has it happened? And they're like, well, no, but they're like, then why are you panicking to me? This makes the PM lose credibility because you escalated. You cried wolf like it was a reality. And now your stakeholders are like, this isn't something we deal with. This is your problem right now. So let me give you a framework that makes this all crystal clear and something that you can take away and explain to other people that are now watching this video. Risks are managed proactively. You identify them, you analyze them, you plan, you do the responses, you do everything you might do. And you plan, are you going to avoid them? Are you going to mitigate them? Are you going to transfer, accept? All those different risk responses. But the key word is what you might do. Issues are managed reactively. They've occurred. The damage is done. It is happening. You assess the impact. You execute a workaround. You escalate if necessary, but there's no might anymore. It is happening. You are actually executing right now. And here's the language test. If you can put the word might or could in front of it, it's a risk. But if it's in the past tense, if you're talking about something that's already happened, it's an issue. And here's why this distinction is so critical. On the PMP and the PMI RMP exams, if a question says it might happen or there's a possibility, you know you're talking about risks. If the question says it's occurred, the team discovered, then it's an issue. And then therefore, when you're looking at your A, B, C, D, you can actually analyze and understand which answers might be right and which ones you could throw away automatically because they're wrong. But if you get the definition wrong up front, you're going to lose points. And then when you get to real life risk management, you maintain the risk register for what might happen, and you maintain an issue log for things that have happened. Because when you keep the language clean, you keep your thinking clean. You escalate the right things at the right time to the right people. You don't cry wolf. You don't ignore fires. Clarity in language creates clarity in risk leadership. So here's what I want you to do right now. Open your current risk register, project status report, go through each item. Ask yourself, has this already happened? Or might it happen? If it's already happened, move it over to that issue log. Assign someone to resolve it. If it might happen, keep it in that risk register. track the probability impact, make sure you have a risk owner, get your status reports, and ensure that you are keeping track of it week by week. And here's the bonus move. In your next team meeting, when someone says, we have a risk, ask them, has this happened yet? If yes, correct them. Let's say we actually have an issue in this. Let's talk about the response and what we're going to do. If no, then say, good. Let's talk about how we're going to respond. Watch how fast your team's thinking sharpens in this area. Your Foundation Friday takeaway today: clarity in language creates clarity in leadership. Risk equals uncertainty, issues equal reality. Know the difference, use the right language, take the right action. Do that and you'll pass your exams, you'll manage your projects in real life with precision, and build credibility with your leadership. And if you're studying for the PMP or RMP and you want to master these distinctions, not just memorize them, actually understand them, I've got full certification prep courses coming up here in 2026. Link is going to be down in the description for upcoming course dates. And if this helped you, make sure you hit subscribe, drop a comment. What's one issue on your project that you're treating like a risk? And I'll see you in the next video. 44 Risk PM.